Welcome back to this week's episode of Unlocked. If you listened to last week's episode, then you heard a lot from Mom and I. A lot of agreements, a lot of disagreements, but hey, welcome. That's what life is about. So Mom is back on for this week's episode. And when we ended last week's episode, we said, I really wanted to talk about just alcohol as a whole. Obviously, I know not the best for you. So like Mom said, we all just pick. She was right on that. You kind of pick and choose what you want to be like iffy about when it comes to putting stuff in your body.
Right.
Because Dr. Amen is like full blown no when it comes to alcohol, which I understand. But when y'all got home, please tell everyone what Dad did with my refrigerator outside.
Oh, he threw all of your, I don't even know what those things are.
Seltzers.
Yes, your seltzers away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of them.
Yes, he threw them all away.
And Dad, you and Dad have never drank.
No.
Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, have I had a drink? Yes, I've had drinks. I've drank in my life.
Yeah.
But never, like, you guys didn't grow up with alcohol in the house.
No.
We did not drink alcohol. None of that.
like you would have, like, go to the Cayman Islands. You would have, like, a frozen drink.
Yes, but that's it.
Y'all I would not say we're drinkers.
No, never.
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 Like, especially, like, yeah, no. Like, you've always been more fun. Like, if something's, like, it's not even fun, but just, like, if there's alcohol somewhere, you're not going to make it a big deal of,
No, listen, we have,
but like Dad,
all of our friends drink, and I would say 95% of our friends
Yes.
drink, and we don't have an issue. What you do is you. That has no effect on
but
me.
you know what I mean, though. Like, people be like,
Dad is not as, Dad doesn't give on it at all.
no, Dad doesn't give on it at all. You do. You give on it.
Well, I think you just learn, especially when your children become adults. They're adults.
Yes.
I can't control what you do at this point.
Yes.
So it's,
And so, but when it comes to the drinking, because you've seen a lot of different things.
Yes.
Just amongst all of us.
Yes.
And so, do you believe, because I know Dad gets on to me all the time about the drinking.
Right.
And, you know, this, that, whatever. And I'm like, okay, you've got your opinion. Do I go out and have some drinks? Yes. But you're never going to see me as the girl that's like falling down the street.
Right.
Or blackout drunk. Or like, when I start feeling it, I'm like, all right, I'm good. But obviously, Chase is very different.
Right.
Very different.
Right.
And so do you believe, like Dad likes to say, oh, addiction this, addiction that. Do you believe that you can drink alcohol and not be an
Absolutely.
addict?
Absolutely. I think you can. I think where Dad is coming from is he comes from a long line of family members with addiction issues. I had a grandfather that was an alcoholic. So it is prevalent on both sides of our family. So I know for your dad, he's always just been like, I'm going to stay away from it because I know that I have an addictive personality towards certain things.
Yeah.
And what if I were to go down that vein and, okay, really love it, then there I am. So I think he was just able to recognize it at an early age that I'm not going to do that. And so he never has.
Yeah.
He's also a control freak, so he likes to be in control. And, you know, when you are drinking alcohol, most people, you know, you don't have control, as much control
Well, you
as
lose.
you would.
I think it's like your frontal lobe cortex, like your decision-making
Right.
skills are lessened by the effects of alcohol.
Right. Absolutely. And so I think it's just a decision that he's made, and that I don't know, for me, I think early on, and I've never really been a big drinker like before I was married and had kids or whatever. Even then I wasn't.
Yeah.
I always had older friends that did drink, and so I was always the designated driver, and it just became this thing for me. So I never just really, and again, I like being in control. And then, you know, when you have kids, it's like, There's no way. I mean, you never know when something's going to happen to your kids. When one's going to fall and they're going to have stitches, or they're going to get sick in the middle of the night and have to go to the emergency room. And that just freaks me out to think, oh my God, what if I had a bottle of wine and then something happened to my baby and I wouldn't be able to get them it's just crazy. I know it's weird to think about it.
I mean, it's not weird. I could see something like that happening.
Right. But it's just a decision we made. We made a decision that we would not have alcohol in our home growing up, with our kids growing up. So you guys didn't see that.
No.
None of you saw that. Lindsay, Kyle, Chase, Savannah, Grace, and Chloe. Nobody has had alcohol in our home growing up.
Yeah.
And that's just a decision that we made. I didn't grow up with alcohol in a home. I have never seen my parents take a drink of alcohol. Ever in my entire life. Ever. So I didn't grow up with that. I didn't grow up where it was a thing to, have wine at dinner or see my parents drink. I did not grow up with that. So it's not something that I'm used to.
Yeah. No, I get that. But so how do you, what are the conversations that you have with Dad? Because obviously Chase and his mess, and then I have always said this. I remember drinking with Chase one time. I think we were I don't know, 19, 20. Mm-hmm. And I was like, never again. I will never drink with him again. So from that point forward, I've always known how Chase acts when he drinks.
Right.
So from that point forward, I said, I will never drink with him again. And I have not.
Right. And so that's a decision that you've made. And I'm not going to go down that vein of Chase's story, because hopefully Chase will tell his own story
Mom,
one day.
it's public.
Well, I do know that, but I'm saying
Chase can tell his story. Yes. But I'm just saying,
right.
Because
I do think, and I have said,
Dad
just because
comes at
somebody
me.
has a drink, just because somebody has wine with dinner doesn't make them an alcoholic.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that. Not for everyone. But then there are some people who can't have that glass of wine at dinner because it leads to a whole nother situation.
Yes.
So it's this fine line. And I don't think your dad's ever going to change his mind. He's never going to see it any differently than the way he sees it. So at that point, I think you just have to agree to disagree. I think you have to respect his decision as your father. That you don't drink in front of him, you don't whatever. And that's it. That's how you have to leave it, because he's not gonna ever see it any differently than what he sees it.
Yeah,
and that's okay, because that's what he believes in his core.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own. My thing is everyone's entitled to their own opinions and beliefs, right. But you don't get to. And I'm not saying about him. I'm just saying in the atmosphere that we're in right now, it's everyone has their own opinions and beliefs. And then you feel like if someone doesn't believe, someone doesn't agree or believe, you exile them,
right?
Or
and
you,
I don't believe that. Whether it's drinking alcohol, whether it's your political views, whether it's your social views, whatever it is, that is, that's not who I am. I will never.
I must miss that table.
That's not who I am. I don't live my life that way. That's not who I am at my core. So. Everyone, as long as you're responsible, and as long as you're, if at any point I feel like you're not being responsible as your mother, it does not matter how old you are. I will make sure and let you know.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
That's just how it is. Okay, so are you a yo-yo dieter? You diet, lose weight, but gain it all back, plus maybe a few extra pounds, then later you lose it and regain it again and again. It's dangerous. Studies show that method can increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and other health problems. Breaking free of your yo-yo diet pattern is a main reason doctors created Lean. Lean is a supplement, not an injection, and you don't need a prescription. The science behind Lean is impressive. Its studied natural ingredients target weight loss in 3 powerful powerful ways. Helps maintain healthy blood sugar. It helps to control appetite and cravings, and it helps burn fat by converting fat into energy. If you're tired of losing weight and gaining it back, if you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace, Lean was created for you. Let me get you started with 20% off when you enter code UNLOCKED at takelean.com. That's code UNLOCKED at takelean.com. All right, guys, I don't know about you, but life is lifing. And in the midst of life, I realize how much I need to be in therapy. And finding a therapist is hard enough. But finding one who actually takes your insurance, that's where most online therapy platforms fall short. Many don't work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck paying the full cost out of pocket or paying for an expensive monthly subscription. Rula does things differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. Think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health, so why wouldn't you do the same for your mental health? And Rula isn't just affordable, the experience is tailored around you. Other online therapy platforms might match you with the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit. Rula considers your goals, preferences, and background to provide you a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need, because they know that finding the right therapist can make all the difference. No wait lists, no frustrating back and forth. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who is accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Plus, Rula sticks with you throughout your journey, checking in to make sure your care is helping you move forward. Go to rula.com/unlocked to get started today. That's RULA.com/unlocked for quality therapy that's covered by insurance. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/unlocked to get started. After you sign up, you'll be asked how you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know that we sent you. That's RULA.com/unlocked. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against you. How has it been parenting children who are totally different on so many different aspects? Like people with 5 kids, 6 kids, all their kids are going to be different.
Yeah. People that have 2 kids, their kids are different.
Yeah, but like, how do you parent? Like, do you parent differently?
Absolutely, you parent differently. I think you have to parent. You have to meet your kids where they are at certain times. And you absolutely parent children differently, and you will learn this when you become a mother one day. That you have to parent your kids differently. You can't, it's not a one size fits all. It's not okay, this is the answer and this is the answer for all of them. I don't believe that, because you discipline children differently based off of where they are, based off of their personality, based off of just so many different things. And then you parent them differently. Because you have to do what is in the best interest of your child. And if you truly take the time to know your kids, then you understand that you have to it's an as needed, it's as it comes, and you still learn. I don't care what anybody says. We've been parenting kids for a long time, and I still learn every day.
Y'all will die and you will have raised kids.
Mm-hmm. Grayson just went back to school. I was so happy to get to move him into school. So he's at school. You're getting ready to leave us with your place, which I'm so grateful. So it's going to be Chloe. Like, do you understand? I have never had one child in the house. Ever.
That's crazy.
Ever. Because when I had Chase, I came home from the hospital with Chase and Lindsay and Kyle. We had Lindsay and Kyle there. So I've never had one child in the house, like by themselves, one child ever. So this is something brand new for me. Like I've never had it.
That is.
Yeah.
Because how old were you when you met Dad?
21.
So at 21 years old, you've were
Like
already,
22.
you were raising 2 kids.
Yeah. So at 22, he had Lindsay and Kyle already. So I was with him and stepped into that role. That was at 22. I had Chase at 23. I had you at 24. I had Grayson at 33.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and then Chloe comes along. We started getting Chloe before she was ever a year old. So
She'll
she
be
was
13 in November.
13, so that's 12
Wait,
years.
is she 13 now?
No, she'll be 13
she'll
November.
She'll be 13 in November.
So Gray was what, like 6?
Yeah.
When Chloe, so you guys were still in the house at this point. Like when Chloe started coming to us, you were still in the house. Yeah. So I've never had just one child in the house. So that's crazy.
Is it going to be weird?
It is going to be weird.
Are you going to miss me?
Of course. I'm not going to miss you too much because you'll be just around the corner.
Hey, I am so excited.
Yeah.
Because also, you know what I am happy to leave you with?
What?
Everybody knows I do. I love my daddy. I love him. We go through our shit like anybody else, but he will forever still be my best friend. That man has surely missed talking on the phone. Y'all. And which people say also too, y'all, I don't know if we need to turn down my volume on the podcast, but people are like, she talks too loud. I'm like, this is literally just how I talk.
Well, I talk loud too, so I'm sure this will be real loud.
Yeah, people were saying that. I was like, okay, sorry. But not only does he talk on the phone, from the time his feet hit the floor till the time he lays down at night, and even in the bed at night, does he talk on the phone.
I know.
But he talks so loud.
Well, and I think too, where in your house, you're in the master, which is on the first floor near the kitchen and kind of where you come out. And so when he's in there and he's talking and he's rambling around in the kitchen or whatever, you can't help but, yeah.
It's crazy. You literally, like, he will be having a conversation, but I'm in it too. Because he is so loud. You know every single word he is saying. So I am happy to leave you with that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Grayson and Chloe have already told me to make sure I've got a room ready.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Hey, you're welcome. You can, I'll have my guest bedroom.
Okay. Thank you.
Isn't it so cute though?
She can come to you when she has homework.
Nope, I'm all set there. I did my time. 10 toes down. I did it.
She can come see you when she has homework.
Nope, I'm all set. Thank you.
I've done my time with homework.
Y'all, it's terrible. It is literally god awful terrible. Mm-hmm. If you've listened to Unlocked, then you know I've spoken about this next sponsor time and time again. And well, that's because I absolutely love them and their products. Fall is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to refresh your wardrobe with pieces that feel as good as they look. Luckily, Quince makes it easy to look polished, stay warm, and save big without compromising on quality. Quince has all elevated essentials for fall. Think 100% Mongolian cashmere from $50, washable silk tops and skirts, and perfectly tailored denim, all at prices that feel, well, too good to be true. I'm eyeing their wool coats. They look designer level, but cost a fraction of the price, and the quality just as good, if not better. Last fall, guys, I stocked up on all of their sweaters. The quality was absolutely insane, and the price, well, very affordable, let me tell you. By partnering directly with ethical top-tier factories, Quince cuts out the middlemen to deliver luxury quality pieces at half the price of similar brands. Keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/unlocked for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/unlocked to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/unlocked and find out what the rave is all about. I'm obsessed. This episode of Unlocked is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it. So your dollar goes a long way. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. All right, there were some questions that I wanted to ask you too. Hold on. Also, I'm so excited to go to this concert tonight. It is going to be so fun. Sorry, I swear. I also think I have ADHD.
Probably.
I think I do.
No, I actually said you had something. I read it to you yesterday.
Yeah, what was it?
Did I take a picture of it?
I don't know, but you did read it to me.
Yeah, I'm going to read it to you. This is what I said she has. Oh, this was one of yours that I said. This is you, Savannah. On my way to go get Botox after throwing away all my nonstick pans, buying organic groceries, and switching to non-toxic cleaning supplies. That's you.
That is me. 100%. I identify. I do.
Where is
You're not going to be able to
that?
find it. It was basically something about like being a bitch or something.
No, that's not true.
It literally was.
That's not true, but I don't know where it is, so I got to find it. Okay.
Okay. What patterns from your own childhood did you work hard not to repeat with us?
What patterns?
Or what was something that you felt as a child that you didn't want us to feel?
You know, we moved quite a few times in my child, like during my middle school time, and I didn't want that.
Yeah.
And I think I'm guilty of what so many, especially I think it's our generation of parents. We wanted to give our kids everything we didn't have. And I've said, I'm so grateful that I was able to do that. But also I think sometimes it was to your detriment.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think, because I think we took away that fire in your gut. Sometimes you have it, but I think just as a whole, I think parents of my generation took the fire from their kids, took that fire and that want in your gut, because we gave you everything we gave it to you before you could even think about wanting it.
Well, it was literally Dr. Amen put a video out, and I had, let me see. I think I actually saved it because it was talking about kind of that same thing of just constantly like stepping in for your child.
Yeah.
And how it really is to how you like kill your kid's self-esteem. Hold on. Let me see.
And then when they make a mistake, don't rescue them. Today, parents do way too much for their children. And they steal their self-esteem. I often say, if you do too much for your kids, you build your self-esteem by stealing theirs. And you're going to be
That's a powerful statement.
because you're going to have such love for them. You don't want them to hurt.
And
that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Because character is built through struggle. Character and self-esteem are built by feeling competent. You can solve
That's
problems.
so true.
So when a child says, I'm bored, rather than, well, we could do this, or we could do that, or we could do this, go, I wonder what you're going to do about it.
Yeah. That's so true.
How insane is that?
That was very, very powerful, because it is so true. We've taken that, you know, for me growing up, okay, I wanted a newer car than what my parents could afford to give me. So what I knew, I said, I gotta have a job. I said, I gotta have 2 jobs. So I became a lifeguard over here. I lifeguarded, and it had an indoor pool, so I knew I could do that in the fall as well. Then I worked at Walmart in the pharmacy. I did that. So because I wanted something more, but I didn't just wait for someone to give it to me. I knew they couldn't. I knew they were doing all they could do to support our family as a whole. And so, you know, I had to come up with a plan on my own. Whereas I feel like our kids say one thing and we're like, okay, well, you can do this and you can do that and we can help you do this and we can do. Absolutely.
Yes, without a doubt. I know for me, I would not take, yes, the past 2.5 years have been tough. They've been challenging. They've been awful. But I also wouldn't take it for the world for what it has taught me and Grayson and Chloe.
Yes.
Like, Grayson knows how to go into a bank and make a deposit and withdraw money. And he knows how to be self-sufficient now.
Yes.
Because he had no other option but to learn how to do real adult life things.
Because for those of you that don't know, they didn't have to do much when I was home.
Well, you say they. Mom, you babied
Yes.
Chase. You
Yes.
still managed his bank accounts, everything until you left.
No, he had taken it over before that, but
Not long before.
I babied.
Ever since I was 17, ever since I moved out and y'all cut me off because I was dating someone y'all didn't like.
Mm-hmm. That was okay.
Y'all had never been in my bank accounts again.
No.
If you had done something for me, it was because you wanted to do it.
Absolutely. You're right.
So
Well, and I think that you do. You help the ones that you feel like needs the help at the moment. Whether that's good or bad, maybe it wasn't always the right thing, but I did it with the right heart thinking I was helping. But you're not going to attack my parenting.
I'm not attacking your parenting. I'm just saying it's like, but it goes back to how your children are different. You showed up in that way because you knew he needed it.
Right.
And I didn't.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's all about like just the difference in parenting.
Right.
But
or the difference in children.
Or the difference in children. But the past 2.5 years, like the things that it's taught me, like going without having a life, because you say like giving y'all everything was a disservice. Mm-hmm. And for me, it would have been a disservice if we wouldn't have lost everything.
Right.
Because then I wouldn't have known what life was with and what life was without. Yeah,
and you still haven't, compared to a lot of people.
Well, yes, it's all relative.
It's very relative.
It is all relative.
Yes, it's different. You went from having this career in television to you having to pivot because that was cut off for a moment.
Well, yeah, but I don't think there would be months to where I would lay there at night and say, I don't know how I'm going to buy food tomorrow.
Right.
Like there were days like that. So I knew what life was with how we grew up versus how I struggled for 2.5 years.
Because you grew up in a whole different world where you never had to struggle.
Yeah, no.
So you didn't know that world existed until it did.
Yeah.
And it's like I say about going to prison. It was not something I ever even thought about. It was not because it wasn't something that had ever affected me.
Yeah.
And so now that it has, it's our job to bring things to light and to try to help make changes and help make sure that other people aren't having to go through what we went through. And
yes,
it's, the whole thing.
So I think it's just, I am grateful for the highs and the lows because it has instilled that fire in me. And Grayson's the same way.
Yes.
Because Grayson, he's always like, Grayson said it, I think, in our solo podcast and said like, I am so fearful of not having.
Right.
So that, and having to ask somebody for something.
Right. And I like that it's given him that, he wants to do good in school. He wants to get through his school, because he has these goals that he's put in place for himself.
Yes.
And it's not goals that depend on mom and dad.
Yes.
And exactly. I love that because ultimately, as your mother, as the mother to all of you guys, the greatest reward is you guys being successful, being self-sufficient, not having to ask for anything but also know that I'm there.
Yes.
Also to know that I'm there.
Well, yeah.
I took a picture of something else.
What did you take a picture of?
I hope I took it. I hope I didn't delete it. I'm bad about deleting too. Okay, this is it. What I will tell my children until my last day. If a relationship breaks your heart, come home. If the bills become too much, come home. If your mental health isn't good, come home. If you feel lost or alone, come home. No matter where you are or how old you are, you can always come home. I will always be your home.
I love that.
I love that. That makes me cry.
That makes me cry.
It does,
Look,
but I love
makes
it.
me cry.
I love it. I love it, and that's how I feel.
Well, I hope you stick to that.
Why, you plan on coming home? You ain't even left yet.
No, I don't plan on coming home. I'm just saying because I feel. Do you feel?
But you know I feel that way.
Sure.
Always till my
Always.
dying day. I will be a mother.
Always.
I have said there are many things in this life, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was meant to be a mother. That is the greatest gift and the greatest job and the greatest reward.
I have literally always
some of the
said
greatest heartbreak, some of the biggest heartbreak, but it has been the greatest gift that God has ever given me.
And it's literally the greatest job you've ever done. Because there was never a time as a kid that I had to wonder, where's mom? Is she not going to show up today? Is she? You were literally there for everything.
Yeah.
Literally
I can
everything.
say that. And that was the hardest part for me when I was in prison.
Yeah.
I feel like for Grayson and Chloe, they didn't have that for that 28 months.
Yeah.
And that's still something that I struggle with because none of you ever knew of a time when I wasn't at carpool. I wasn't there to take you to school, to pick you up from school, to get you to an appointment, to be at a ball game, to be at a horse show, to be at this, that, the other.
But
And
I mean, I can't imagine how they felt just because I knew at 27 years old going through a just heartbreaking breakup that I thought was like where I was going to end up for the rest of my life. And that was going to be my happy forever and my place. And I just remember going through that and I was like, all I want is my mom at 27 years old.
Right.
So I can't imagine it 12 and 19. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can't sit, which you have to work through all of your own stuff. And I can't imagine. But it's like taking Grayson to school.
Yes.
You know, like you got to go and do that.
I know. And I was so happy.
So it's like having those moments.
And he was so happy. I know he said to your dad and I both, he said, you know, I had already like reconciled to the fact that you guys weren't going to be here. And so he's like, I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. And that made me so happy.
I love you.
I'm so happy.
I love you. And he is loving his place. He is loving school.
Yeah.
But, well, Mom, I'm going to get ready to go to my concert.
Okay.
So I love you.
Well,
And I
love
appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me on.
Have fun going to pick up Chloe from school.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I love you.